Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Good morning. It is 7 o'clock in the morning. I figured we start doing these chats like before I hit the gym. I don't know. It's something about talking and chit chatting in the car. I don't know. I just feel like the vibe is different than when I'm at home. Like it is what it is. But okay, you guys. So it's Monday. It is the start of a brand new week, and I feel like even though we shouldn't wait till Monday, Monday is not the determining factor when we're gonna start our goals, right? People always want to say, I'm gonna start on Monday, I'm gonna start at the beginning of the month, I'm gonna start on the first, I'm gonna start on the new year. It's always that, but it really don't have to be that. But for those of y'all who are like that, I used to be like that. So for those of y'all who are like that, it's Monday. So let's work on our goals. Like I know there's something that you really want to accomplish for yourself. Like, there's got to be. There's got to be. Even if you're too shy to admit it to yourself, I'm sure there's something that you really, really want to do. Okay? I know there is. Everybody has something. Now, how you get there may be the problem because you might not really be putting that foot in front of the other and get into it. Okay? So for me, y'all, if you've been following my other channels, y'all know like I'm really, really trying to grow my platforms. I'm really trying to do this whole YouTube thing. I'm really trying to spread the word on mental health and weight loss. Like I'm really, really trying to do that. Like that is one of my goals. And I have been thinking about creating another channel just strictly for, well, not strictly because, you know, it's whatever comes to my mind, but I really wanted to create another channel that isn't necessarily just about weight loss and working out. Even though that's what I love to do, it's not all of me. It's a big part of me, y'all, but it's not all of me. You know what I mean? And I was like, all right, let's do it. So here we are, we doing it, right? I'm putting one step in front of the other to get it done. And you can do that too. One thing I can tell y'all from my own experience, and if you haven't been following my other platforms, you may not know everything that I'm doing today, I literally manifested years ago. And I didn't even know I was manifesting. Like I didn't know. I'm trying to think like did I even know had I even heard of the word manifestation before? I feel like I hadn't. But that's what I was doing. I was manifesting like basically what I was saying was I want to do this. Years ago, I had a job that I hated, y'all. I hated that motherfucker. Excuse my French, but I did. I really hated that job. But it was one of those things where like I was fresh out of college. It was towards my degree. You know, I didn't have no kids, and they was paying 60,000. This was before COVID. You know, so 60K, and you don't have no kids. Like that's a good amount of money for a 24-year-old, 25-year-old, whatever. Like you can get your own place. You can get a car payment. You can go on a few trips. Like that was good. You get your hair done, nails done. Like that's enough. This was before COVID. Okay, keyword before COVID. BC. This was BC, all right? 60K today, I don't know. But anyway, y'all, I was there for a total of 6 years. And the first couple of months, y'all know how it go. You hype, the adrenaline rush, everybody seems cool, nice, you know. You really starting to feel like, okay, I can make this work, you know. But over time, I would say like 8 months in, I started to really see the job for what it was. Management did not fuck with me, and I ain't fuck with them. So it just was what it was. But it was that money. I was like, I don't know. And I would put in other job applications, but I couldn't find anything that was willing to pay the same amount. I had already created a lifestyle off of what I was making. And I didn't just want to go, I didn't want to go back to being broke. You know what I'm saying? So I let the money just fuck with my head. And I thugged it out for about 6 years. And, you know, I was miserable, y'all. I was fucking miserable. I was crying all the time. I was drinking all the time. I was overeating. Like, the person y'all see today, it's nothing like who I was back then. Nothing. A complete 180. But I say all this to say, I had spoke out into the universe, like, I want to run my own business. And that seed had been planted, I want to say, for at least 2 years before I finally walked out on faith. And I was trying everything. Okay, I tried everything, y'all. I tried because I had already had a biology degree. I was working in a lab, so I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna just study for the MCAT and go to medical school so I can open up my own practice. Even though that was gonna be a long ass journey, right? My end goal was to still open up my own practice. Then when I realized I ain't got that much time, I'm not trying to wait that long. Then I was like, okay, I can go to law school and own my own firm. And I was like, that's still gonna be too long. I don't want to do that. Then I became a realtor. I literally went to realtor school, passed the test, found a agency, a firm, whatever, and I was really like trying to find clients. Like I was really trying, y'all. I was door knocking. I was sending out postcards. I was hosting open houses, y'all. Like I was really all in. I was all in. But that shit is expensive. There's so many dues involved, and I didn't realize all that. And I really just ran out of money. So, because I didn't get my first house. So, quit that. But the point I'm making is I tried in the course of those 2 years, like once that seed was planted in me that you're destined to be a CEO of something. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was something. I was literally putting one foot in front of the other to try to figure out what that was going to be. And that's what I encourage you to do. Like, you can't just say you want to do something, but you're not really doing nothing to do it. Like, on my other channel, we talk heavily about weight loss and cutting calories and, getting in the gym. And, I could use that same example for this video. Like, if you really want to lose weight, like, you have to do what it takes to lose weight. You got to stop eating them fucking Doritos. You got to stop drinking that soda. You got to stop being a couch potato. You got to get your ass up. You got to move around, right? Like, that's what it is. But the problem is, I don't know if we're scared, or what I will say is it's hard to change what you've never done before, right? So, I didn't know any business owners personally, right? Only what I saw on Instagram. I don't have a close knit community of people that I know in real world, real time that could teach me certain things about entrepreneurship, right? So that journey within itself was scary because I had no one to consult. Everyone that I know, friends, family, have a 9 to 5, right? And it can make you feel like, well, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. Maybe I'm dreaming, but I don't feel like that's dreaming. If a seed is planted inside of your head and it keeps coming back, it's one thing when you think of an idea, but then like after a day or two, like you don't ever think about it again. Okay, maybe, but I still feel like that's God. But let's say that seed was planted, like in the case with me trying to branch off and do my own thing. That seed was planted 2 years before I actually quit. But once it was planted, it kept coming back. I couldn't ignore it. I couldn't let go of the idea of running my own business, no matter how hard I tried. Because it had got to a point like I was trying all these things and I was giving up on that. I was like, well, I mean, shit, like nothing that I've tried is working. Like maybe I just got my head in the clouds. That's what I started to feel like. I was like, you know, management don't like me. They always trying to write me up. They always criticizing me. They was hollering at me, all those things. I was like, what if I just try to stay under the radar? Like, I'ma just really try my best to just do my fucking job and hopefully they'll just leave me the freak alone, right? And I tried that. Like, even to this day I can say I really tried to just stay under the radar and just like suck it up. But that seed that I'm supposed to be running my own shit, it wouldn't go away. And closer to time to when I finally did just quit, put in my 2 weeks, walked on faith, it was like it was like this it was like beating on me, y'all. Like I couldn't let it go. At first it was sporadic. It would come and go. It would come, then it would go away for a couple months, and it would come back. But then it got to the point where it was like pushing on me, like you got to do this. Like you ever like shook someone, like wake up? Like that's how I felt. Like that seed would not go away, and that like just reflecting on it, you guys. I know for a fact that was God telling me, like, your time is now. Like, the time is now. And it was like the time really was now. I quit during COVID, so there was so much assistance going on because that was my biggest thing. Like, how I'm gonna pay my bills. I had just bought a house. So it was like, if I just quit and start this content creation thing, how am I paying my mortgage? How am I paying my lights? But the time was now. Like, there was, like I said, there was unemployment going on. Um, it was food stamp assistance. It was just like the perfect time, and it worked out. I haven't looked back since. But you gotta put one foot in front of the other. Like, you really have to not just say you want to do something, but actually work towards doing it, because that seed that keeps coming back, that's not your imagination. That's not your mind playing games with you. No, that is God telling you, like, you're not supposed to be doing whatever it is that you're doing. Like, whatever it is that you're doing, maybe you already in a degree program, but it's like something telling you, like, excuse me, you should be in a different degree program. If that seed keep coming back, and when I say seed, I'm talking about like a feeling, like this gut feeling, like this intuition, like it's just a thought that just keeps coming back. That's what I mean by seed. If that thought keeps coming back, it's because that's God telling you, like, you're not supposed to be doing this. You're not supposed to be doing this, or I need you to do this. And you could even look at that like, let's say you in a toxic ass relationship, and it's a thought that pop in your head that tell you, like, you're not supposed to be with this person. But then you like let it go, then it come back, but then it keep coming back. It's because God is trying to tell you you're not supposed to be with them. But we do a good job of ignoring it. We do a good job of convincing ourselves that we just having a moment. We just got our head in the clouds. We just daydreaming, and we just try to ignore it. You cannot ignore that, especially if it keeps coming back, because that's God telling you, like, move. It's time for you to move. It's time for you to make this shit shake. So you have to put one foot in front of the other. Figure out, like, how can you make it work? Like, whatever that thought process is for you, how can you make it work? I'm constantly playing with my schedule, because I be having all these ideas that come to my head, y'all. Like, it's crazy. And I want to talk to y'all too about the importance of keeping your energy high, having that feel good energy. Because when you feel good about yourself, you get so many downloads, like just so many ideas that pop into your head. That's God. That's the seed. So when you feel really good about yourself, when I say you feel good, that means you feeling positive, you feeling ambitious, you feeling motivated, you feeling successful. Even if you got $2 to your name, it don't matter. You feeling it, you feeling successful. Like, that's feel good energy. Emotions that are connected to positive energy. That's what I mean by feel good energy. You might be feeling beautiful, feeling handsome, you feeling fresh, you know what I'm saying? You just walking around feeling amazing, on top of the world. Like, you have to keep that energy. You have to hold on to that positive ass energy, bruh. Because when you hold on to that energy, that's what's gonna help you. That's how God, I feel like, is talking to you. That's how he's guiding you and letting you know, like, do this. I want you to do this now. I want you to do this now. Like, it's those are downloads. Like, it's the seeds being planted in your head, like, telling you this is what you need to do. But when you got negative energy, so if you feeling stressed, if you feeling sad, depressed, anxious, frustrated, if you gossiping all the time, if you feeling ugly, if you feeling down and out, if you feeling trapped, like, you're not gonna get that many downloads, if any. You're not. And then you're just gonna continue to just be in this negative spirit, and you're not gonna see a way out because you don't have that positive energy with you. And you also have to stay away. You have to stay away from people who are negative as fuck, who are toxic as fuck. You can't be around that, because if you're consuming their negative ass energy, which it happens naturally, like, if you're around that person, you're going to consume their energy. Like, there's no way around it. So you have to distance yourself from people like that. Like, it's not about being fake. It's not about, trying to stay loyal. No, fuck that shit. Like, at the end of the day, we only got one life to live, and you don't know when you're going to take your last breath. You don't know. So why continue to waste time with people, or waste time and be in environments that are not building you up? Be by your fucking self until you can find that tribe of people who know how to be positive and pour into you, and you can pour into them, right? But you gotta keep that feel good energy. to do anything. And during my weight loss journey, because I lost over 100 pounds, you guys, during my weight loss journey, I was just feeling good. Like, I was feeling positive. Like, okay, I got me a personal trainer. I'm gonna lose this weight. Like, I just kept telling myself, I'm gonna lose this weight. Like, when I quit my job and I was, getting my assistance or whatever, I was like, I'm gonna make this content creation shake. Like, I was really feeling so good about myself. Like, can't nobody take me off my rocker. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how you have to feel about yourself. Because if you don't, you're not going to make nothing shake. It's not going to work. Because you don't even believe that you can make it work. So, you got to figure out, you got to start listening to that seed that's being planted in you. Like, if if something is pulling on you, telling you to make this move, it's because you're supposed to make this move. Like, and it's gonna keep coming back. You're not gonna be able to get away from it. Cause I try. I'm telling you, you are not gonna be able to get away from it. It's gonna keep hitting you on the motherfucking head. Like, you will not be able to get away from it. So you got to feel good. And if you feeling stressed, you gotta stop. Because, and I've lived in stress too. Like, I can tell you, like, I've been stressed about money, um, jobs. Like, I've been stressed about all that. And I can tell you that feeling of stress, one, we all know is going to raise your blood pressure. That's number one. It's going to keep you from sleeping well. It's going to make you overeat if you got a food problem like I did. Like, it's just, nothing good comes from stressing about something that you can't even control. Like, so you might as well just not. Like, it got to the point for me where I really adapted like a fuck it mindset. And I'm not trying to sound like immature or nothing like that, but it really gets to a point, like, once you realize that stressing, like, let's say you are short and you don't know how you're going to pay your light bill. You stressing about it and panicking and being like, oh my God, what am I going to do? They're going to cut the lights off. That's not going to make them not cut the lights off. Like, you losing sleep over your light bill is not going to prevent them from cutting the lights off. Like, that's doing nothing for you. It's doing nothing for you. But you have more of a positive energy about it. Like, okay, they about to cut the lights off by this date. But you know in your heart it's going to work out, right? When you have that feel good energy, even though you feeling down, like, even though you not worried, because that's a negative energy, but even though you just down and out right now, if you still carry that feel good energy, something is gonna tell you what to do next. You gonna get that direction. That's God. That's God. You gonna get that direction. God's gonna tell you, do this, or the lights are gonna get cut off, but just trust me. Just trust me. All right, I've had my lights cut off before, like, and it sucks. And like I said, I don't have kids. It sucks, but it always worked out. I ain't die, right? I still always have food. You know, yeah, I had to throw a lot of stuff away in the fridge, but what I'm saying is, in that moment, it sucked. But, like, reflecting back, like, I mean, shit happens. Shit happens. Like, I feel like most people have had their lights cut off at some point, whether they was a kid, adult. Like, I feel like that happens a lot. So the point I'm making is, like, don't feel like it's not gonna work out. It's always gonna work out. But you gotta just believe. You gotta have faith. You gotta keep that feel good energy. And there are gonna be days, like, I'm like sitting here saying I feel good about myself every day. Like, there are days where I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I snap out of it. I snap the fuck out of it, because I know that if I don't get my energy up, if I don't figure out how to grab that feel good energy for the day, ain't nothing good gonna come. Ain't nothing good gonna come from feeling negative. It's not. And having that feel good energy, that don't mean like you gotta be like, hey, how are you? No, it just mean like you feeling positive. You know that it's gonna work out. Like, whatever you got going on, whatever you trying to do, you know it's gonna work out. Like, you don't even let the shit bother you, because you know you manifesting your future. Like, whatever it is that you want to do, like, it's gonna happen. So, when shit don't necessarily work out the way I want it to work out in that moment, I don't really sweat over it no more, because I know, like, all right, I mean, it's gonna work out. Like, I'ma still be rich. Like, I'm gonna be able to give my kids $100,000 when I do have kids. so they can start their life, and they can start their business. Like, I know that's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. Nobody can tell me it's not going to happen, because I already know it's going to happen. That seed has already been planted in my head, and I literally live like that. Like, I don't care what's going on outside. I don't care what kind of recession or what. Like, that has nothing to do with me, because I know for a fact that God is going to make sure that I'm going to get the life I'm manifesting. I already know it, because he already told me. So it don't matter what get repossessed. It don't matter what get cut off. It don't matter what bill don't get paid. I don't care, because I'm going to be rich. Like, and you can't tell me otherwise. Like, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you really have to start walking in that. And when I started walking in that, everything that I wanted has always happened. Everything that I want. It may not have been the direction that I thought, but it always happened. Ain't never been a time where it didn't work out. So that's all. I mean, that's just how I feel. And it's Monday, like I said, so you might as well start working on them goals. Start figuring out if you got that seed planted in you. It's time to start making moves, sis, brother. It's time to start making these moves. Like, what's up? What you gonna do to make it work? And maybe you haven't had that seed put inside of you yet. What I could suggest is stop being around a whole bunch of people. Because when you around a lot, that's the other thing too we should have talked about. Like, when you're around a lot of people, you distracted. You're distracted with their energy, you're distracted with their opinions, you're distracted with how they view the world, their perspective on things, their projections. You're just really distracted. So you're not gonna hear what's next. You're not gonna hear that. You're not gonna feel that seed, because you can't do shit by yourself. You're always around friends. You're always around family. There's nothing wrong with being around your loved ones, but you gotta also spend time by yourself, and a lot of time by yourself, because that's when you're gonna start to feel that seed. That's when you're gonna start to hear it. So you gotta start spending more time by yourself. And I know it can be scary, especially if you've never been by yourself before. It can be really scary, because you're like, oh my gosh, like, what if I get bored? Then you start thinking about, past mistakes or things that have happened to you. Like, I feel you. I feel you, but it's going to work out. But you got to spend time by yourself to know what that next move is going to be. Because, like I said, if you got too much noise in your ears, you're going to miss the calling. You gonna miss it, because you're not looking for it. You're not waiting for it, because you dealing with her, and y'all going here, and there. Like, you're not gonna feel it. So you got to spend more time by yourself. And by more time, I mean a lot of time. You have to spend a lot of time by yourself. You really do. Like, you don't got to go out every weekend. You don't have to go out every night. You don't have to go to every happy hour. You don't have to go to every family cookout. Like, you really have to start spending a lot of time by yourself, so you can know what that move is going to be for you, so that you can make things shake. So that's all I have for y'all. Make sure y'all check out my other YouTube channel. I am Chocolate Mini. That's my weight loss and fitness. There's a lot of motivation on there too. But I'm going to hit this gym. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Happy Monday.